Hello and welcome to part 2 of Internet Evaluation, a review of the C.A.R.P tests, and an overview of Wikipedia as a research source. I'm the Los Osos High School library teacher, Daniel Bradford. Let's get started. Now before you go on, make sure that you've watched the first video in this series, which is titled Evaluating Websites with C.A.R.P. That video is also on our YouTube channel. You need to watch that first, take notes, and then return to watch this video. And of course, you need to take notes during this video. Now, why should we care about internet evaluation? Well, we have to care because anybody can put anything on the internet. Websites can be biased, they can have inaccurate information, or they can be personal websites that don't have quality information on them. So we need to evaluate these websites to make sure that they are credible or reliable. Let's review the C.A.R.P tests. C.A.R.P stands for Currency, Authority, Reliability, and Purpose. These are the 4 tests that we use to evaluate websites to make sure that they are credible. And credible means that they are believable, that we can trust them, that we can use these for research. It means they are a quality website. Currency just asks, how recent is the information on this website? When was it updated? And is it new enough to use for our topic? So for example, if you were researching taxes, you wouldn't want to use this site because this is a tax filing advice website that has not been updated in 11 years. It's not current. It's far out of date. You evaluate currency by the type of research you are doing. So different websites can have different standards of currency. For example, science websites should be no more than 3 years old, and newer is always better. Literature and history websites can be older than 3 years, but again, newer is always better. And literature and history websites can be older because the information in those fields doesn't change as fast as it does with science. When you're researching current events, such as controversial issues, you want information that's as new as possible. Authority is the test that asks who created or maintains the website. Are they experts? We want websites created and maintained by experts. And an expert is someone who has a college degree in the field, teaches or researches in the field, and master's and doctor's degrees are best. So for example, your English teacher might have a bachelor's degree with a teaching credential, a BA or a BS. Since they are a credentialed teacher, they are considered an authority or an expert. Someone with a master's degree in their subject, such as my master's degree in library science, also makes them an expert. A medical doctor, a lawyer, and anyone with a PhD in a scientific field is also considered an expert in their field. So a person with a Bachelor of Arts degree, a BA degree, who does not teach is not an expert in English. A PhD in psychology who creates a website about physics is not an expert in physics. So just because you have a PhD doesn't make you an expert in every field. It only makes you an expert in your field. Reliability is the third test. And reliability just asks, is this a balanced website? Does it include all of the information that we need to do our research? Does the creator of the website provide references? Is this website facts or is it opinion? In other words, can we rely upon what's said here? So let's look at an example. This is the Nuclear Energy Institute's website, and this website tells you that they are pro-nuclear power, and they have lots of facts in here. But there's facts that they leave out, and they leave out some information about nuclear accidents and other things. So, for example, this is something you won't see on their website. This is a map of the radiation that spread from the Fukushima nuclear reactor meltdown in 2011. And as you can see from this map, the radiation that spread from that power plant got very close to Tokyo. There's tens of millions of people living in Tokyo, and this radiation very nearly got to them. They don't tell you that on the Nuclear Energy Institute website. They tell you that Fukushima was a a nuclear accident, they say it was serious, and they say it's not going to happen again. But that's all they tell you. They don't give you in-depth information like this. I had to go to another website, the National Nuclear Security Administration website, to find this information. Purpose and point of view. This is the fourth test of C.A.R.P, and this just asks, again, is this website fact or opinion? Is the author trying to sell something? And the something might be an idea, or it might be a product. And is the website biased? In other words, why did they create this website? Are they just trying to educate and inform, or are they trying to persuade? Another thing that you can look at when you're trying to evaluate the purpose of a website is whether or not there are ads. Now, ads aren't always bad. They are bad if the main purpose of the website is to convince you to buy something. But there are many commercial websites that have ads that also have good information. So when you're looking at purpose or point of view of a website, ask yourself, is the website supposed to be objective, or is it supposed to persuade me towards a particular point of view? Think about the audience of the website. In other words, who is the creator of the website trying to reach? Look at the advertisements and see if they're trying to convince you to buy something that's advertised on the website. And also look at language and images. A good example would be the images that we saw on the Nuclear Energy Institute website. The images there were ones that were positive of nuclear energy. They didn't show you negative images, such as that map that proves that radiation almost reached the city of Tokyo after the 2011 nuclear accident. So the Nuclear Energy Institute, NEI.org website, is a nuclear energy industry sponsored site, and it states that its purpose is to promote use of nuclear energy. So they're telling you from the start that their purpose is to persuade you, not to give you facts, not to give you both sides of the issue, but to persuade you about nuclear energy. And again, that's why this map did not show up, nor any map that was similar to it. The site discusses the Fukushima nuclear accident, but it doesn't show this map showing that the meltdown of 3 of the 6 reactors resulted in a radioactive cloud that almost reached Tokyo and would have been devastating if it had. So, does a site have to pass all 4 of the C.A.R.P tests? Yep, it does. 3 out of 4 is not good enough. 2 out of 4 is not good enough. Do not use a site that fails any one of the 4 tests. A good website has to have currency, authority, reliability, and purpose. If it doesn't have all 4 of those, don't use it. Now, let's talk for a minute about internet hoaxes. Here's a Photoshop picture of the actress Jennifer Aniston, and this was an internet hoax that went viral, and a lot of people thought that she actually did get a buzz cut. But if you had used this website, Snopes.com, you could have checked out that rumor and found out that it was false. So visit Snopes.com anytime you want to check out an internet rumor or any kind of hoax, and they will tell you if it's all false, all true, or partly true. Now let's talk for a second about domain names. Domain names do not really help you pick out whether or not a website is credible, but you do need to know what they mean. .com means that a website is commercial or private. .net means it's an internet organization. .org is a nonprofit organization. .edu is educational. .gov is a government website. And .mil is a military website. The only one of these domains that can really help you assess the credibility of a website would be .gov and .mil. You can nearly always trust the information that you find on a .gov or .mil site. .edu most of the time, but not always. .com, .net, and .org really can't help you evaluate a website. So my rule of thumb is, unless it's on a .gov site, I don't automatically assume that it has good C.A.R.P, good currency, authority, reliability. or purpose. I have to evaluate it using those 4 tests. So once you found a credible website, just remember that you have to write down all of this information, and there is a link to citing websites according to MLA and APA format on the Los Osos High School Library website. You have to write down all of this information in order to create a citation. Even if you are not going to put the URL, in other words, the website address, in your citation, you still need to have it so that you can go back and check the website. So make sure that you have all 6 of these: the author, if any, the website address, title of the web page, the title of the website, the date of publication, or the copyright date, whichever is available, and the date that you access the website. So what about Wikipedia? A wiki is a website that allows users to add and update content on the site. That's the big strength of Wikipedia. It's also the big weakness of Wikipedia. Notice the edit buttons. Anybody can go in here once they've signed in and edit the Wikipedia page for the Chaffee Joint Union High School District. And just remember that Wikipedia makes no guarantee of validity. So they tell you up front that you have to be very careful when you're using Wikipedia for research. For example, the staffs of Senators Joe Biden and Dianne Feinstein changed the information on their Wikipedia pages because they didn't like what was written there. Apple went in and added negative comments on Microsoft's Wikipedia page, and then Microsoft retaliated by adding negative comments on Apple's Wikipedia page. So Wikipedia can be changed according to who's editing it. Now, can you ever use Wikipedia? Maybe. It can be used as an overview of research, in other words, an overview of the issues, or for pop culture research. So if you were looking for a biography of Taylor Swift, that might be a good place to look. Now, what if your teacher says it's okay? Just remember to look for these warning signs. Here's one warning sign telling you that this Wikipedia article needs additional citations for verification. Here's another one. This article has been locked because it's been vandalized so many times. That means it is very difficult for people to update this Wikipedia page. Here's another one. This has a warning about the article or section being in the process of an expansion or major restructuring. That means there are serious quality issues with this Wikipedia article. So always look for these warning signs. My advice is to use Wikipedia the way a librarian uses it. And as a librarian, I don't use Wikipedia as anything except an overview of the issues, and then I scroll down to the bottom and use the sources and links at the bottom of the articles, because I can tell you right now that there are lots of good Wikipedia links at the bottom. So for example, number 3 on this screenshot, French troops sent into Central African Republic in effort to stop bloodshed, is from a very respected newspaper website, The Guardian. So that has very good C.A.R.P. Number 6 on the list is from the British Broadcasting Corporation, another website that has very good C.A.R.P. So that's how I use Wikipedia, and that's how I think you should too. So at this point, if your teacher said to take the tests on the Los Osos High School Library website, you can do it from the website now. If your teacher did not tell you to take the tests, don't do them now. Wait for the Internet Evaluation Practice lesson. If you are going to take the test, go to lohslibrary.com, click on the Research tab, then click on the Assignments link, and then click on the Website Evaluation link and take the tests. And now, this is over. We are ready to start evaluating websites. Thanks for your attention.